Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. If it's, I
Good
don't
morning,
know,
good evening, good afternoon.
Dubai or something. Good evening.
If you're
Hello. Oh,
if you're watching from Hollywood, California, very good morning because it's only 3:15 or sorry 5:15 in the morning.
yeah.
That's an early
Well,
day. That's an early day.
you deserve an award for being up this early already.
You do, you
Uh,
do. Yeah,
uh,
you do deserve an award, and that's what we're talking about today, Michaela. We have made it.
yep.
I mean, it's kind of award season all year round. Like there are awards like all the time now, but the Oscars is the big one. Of course, that's the one we pay the most attention to. That's the one I guess probably the whole world pays the most attention to out there for sure. So yeah, so we're here to hang out while they tell us what movies we have to watch over the next 4.5 weeks ish.
4.5 weeks. Yeah. I mean, hmm, I'm feeling pretty good about this year's though.
Yeah.
I really think for us, it's a game of it's not cat and mouse necessarily, but it sort of is where the
Mm-hmm.
mouse is a net full of movies that are and because they're roughly between and I've done a little bit of research on the last few years that we've done this, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
We've done between 67 and 72 movies roughly in the last 4 or 5 Oscar seasons.
Okay, like per
Um,
year, you mean?
and so, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Of nominated films, the list has been as little as 67 different films and up to
Okay.
72. Um, and so, in that, it's a game really, almost for us to when we look at previews and we see what's coming down the
Mm-hmm.
pipeline, the movie pipeline, trying to decipher like what is good enough to make the short list in the first place,
Mm-hmm. Right.
so that we can watch them on the big screen, which is how they're usually intended to be watched. And so that's always kind of a fun twist. And then these short lists, they don't really start coming out until the fall. So
Mm-hmm.
there's movies that came out earlier this year, like Challengers, that we were like, well, we're going to see it because we may also want to see it, but we think that there might be Oscar buzz or might be awards buzz around it
Mm-hmm.
later in the year. And so that's always kind of a toss up, right? And I think we're getting pretty good at this because in the short lists that we've seen, I think I've watched almost all of like the big five, right? Best picture shortlist, best actor, best actress in leading roles, best
Mm-hmm.
director, and then the supporting actor roles. So I'm feeling better. I don't know how you've probably watched tons more stuff than I have, so you're definitely going to be in better shape.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, because right, like you could you could watch stuff and then it doesn't end up getting nominated, which is not a waste of time for sure. It's still worth seeing
No, no,
things,
for sure.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I was doing pretty good. I think you've mostly caught back up with where I was, over the
Oh,
last week or two. But we'll find out for sure, and then see what all we need to do. There's always a couple that turn out to be really hard to find. Still looking at you. What was it? What was it that robot movie from last year? Still never saw that.
oh,
uh, we
never.
but we did both see the robot movie from this year. It's probably going to get nominated, Wild Robot. So
Yeah,
we'll be talking about
yeah.
that for sure. But yeah, I mean it's kind of fun, like in a sense, like if you're a person that likes to like tick things off of a list or something like that, right? To see if how close you can get. And usually we do. I think kind of every year since we've started, there has been like one or two things that's just like not possible to be watched. So you'll always run into that. But the big ones for me, and kind of the big takeaways are going to be, obviously the shorts, which you don't really know too much about. It could be because there's, I don't know, like hundreds of them that are submitted, right? And it's
Yeah.
hard to say on what particular day. Those are going to be also the foreign films. Of course, we have something like Amelia Perez, which is obviously going to get nominated. But then beyond that, what else are they going to be? How easy are they going to be to find? We're lucky here in Charlotte that we at least have. Our local independent picture house, which does a good job of
Yeah.
showing the Oscar films. So that'll be good. So yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see. We got about 10 minutes here before they get going. So, uh, Michaela, like I said, you have been catching up with me. You watched a couple last night. I did not.
Yep.
What did I watch last night. I don't even remember. I think I just turned the TV off. Like I couldn't be bothered with watching anything. So I
Oh,
was just kind of sitting, hanging out, listening to some tunes. As you do, as you do.
oh, nice.
But you watched
Yeah,
you watched a couple of things. You watched Real Pain.
I
You told
did.
me, so
I
that's good.
I did. Yeah, Kieran Culkin
Yeah.
and Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg produced, or he wrote and directed it. Um, really strong film for being, and it's short. Here's a perfect example of a perfectly fine film that is 95 minutes long. Good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you, Jesse. They don't need to be 3 hours, 4 hours long. I'm looking at you, the brutalist. I don't understand it, but it's fine. Look, I will say it packed as much, if not more, emotion to me in this short span of time than definitely some others that we've watched that have gotten a lot of accolades for other various reasons.
Hmm.
I really liked it. I thought it was really strong. And then I watched Memoir of a Snail, which is shortlisted for as an animated film. And
Hmm.
look, this was the year of animated films for me. I really feel like I can't count on one hand. I think there's more than a dozen animated films that I thought
Whoa.
were really strong candidates
More
for
than a dozen.
uh
Okay.
yeah. I mean, when you think about it, I mean the there was the the War of Rohirrim that was really good that just got completely panned. That I thought was actually the from an animation standpoint, I thought it was really
Uh huh.
neat. It
Uh huh.
very much harkened back to like the '90s kind of mix between like kind of Disney versus Japanese animation, kind of the way that it was shown. I thought was really neat.
Okay.
But to me, I think that there were just a lot of Transformers One. I mean, maybe not the best animated film, but definitely one of the best films of the year. I loved Transformers One. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Um, and so I think that there were a lot more animated films this year um, than maybe I don't maybe not ever before, but I definitely felt like every animated film I was like, "Yep, that should get nominated. It's amazing."
There you go.
Um,
I don't.
and I hadn't felt that way in a long time about animated films.
I mean,
So,
I don't know that either of those two will get nominated on the day, but there were certainly
oh,
several. Of course, you had the big ones, Inside Out 2. You also had
sure.
Moana 2. I don't know that that one will get nominated either, but anytime you have a Disney and a Pixar animated film in the same year is a pretty good get for animation. And obviously, Memoir of a Snail, which you mentioned that you watched. I haven't had a chance to watch that yet. So I was going to watch it last night and then decided that I would rather go to bed. So I did that instead of watching that because it was getting a little bit late in my evening. But it is something
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. Flow being the big one still that we both haven't seen. It is showing at the local Regal by us, but the show time is like 9:15 at night or something like that. So
Makes
I don't
sense.
know.
Animated film in the middle of the evening. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, right.
Good
I
on
mean,
you.
I don't really know much about that other than it's about a cat and the cat looks pretty cute. So I'm excited to see that and there. But yeah, we'll have a lot to do today. So always exciting to see these. I always think it's weird that they do them in the morning. I don't know if it's just because like this thing is like tailor made for like a morning show, or but I don't know why they do it so early in the
Oh,
morning.
the nominations.
Yeah,
So it's I mean, I don't know. Probably because somebody was like, we've never done it a different way in
I
37,000
mean East
years.
Coast, Best
Um,
Coast, but I don't know.
mm, right. I get so it's like been this way since the dawn of the Oscars. I think
Well, yeah, they used
it's
to have to send
they
it out like on
it's
like horseback. Like I was no, I don't.
you'd get a telegram.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. I
Send it
don't.
out on Morse code.
I
Beep
don't.
beep 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 beep.
I mean, I'm especially
James
surprised
Wagner.
because we had like in the 90s, right? Like the rise of like like entertainment, like television and all that stuff. Like why this didn't become like a prime time sort of a thing as opposed to keeping it in the morning. But yeah, it always seems like it's been this
I,
morning release for it, and I don't
I think
because it's not
yeah,
early. It's
I
not
think
early enough
probably
that
too like once the word
because it's not early enough like that people could like go to press with it for like your newspaper. Obviously this is the internet age, so this list is going to be published in about 8 milliseconds after it's released on every website
right.
that covers movies, right? So we're no exception to that, of course. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of strange.
Yeah, that was my original thought, was that this was because it needed to be super early so that they could put add some sort of press junket to a paper, like whether it was like a special printing, and so they needed to send it out super early so that they
Yeah.
could add it to the normal printing that and then they just never changed their ways. I don't know. 5 a.m. is
Let us
real
know out
early
there
for
if you have an in.
I mean, I say that. Yeah, if you know why they're still doing this versus like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon after some brunch, that would be my.
On its
But I guess also not. I mean, then you're nervous all morning whether or not you've been
you're nervous all
nominated.
day. Well, don't like the Golden Globe announcement. It just kind of like happens like at some point during the day. It's not like it doesn't seem like a big deal, and they even kind of like drip those out because they do a bunch
Yeah.
of like the technical ones. They'll be like, oh, here's a bunch of people that were nominated for this thing today, and it just goes on for over the course of like a week or two as those nominations come out. So yeah, the Golden Globes happened. Kind of sets the tone, and then obviously the voting got pushed back because of the fires. Well wishes to everyone out there dealing with that. Hopefully, everyone is being safe and got evacuated and all the things they need to do to stay safe out there. But this got pushed back because it was originally supposed to be just like 5 days after the end of the Golden Globes was the original
Yeah.
like voting deadline. So we'll have to see, I guess, how much that plays um, into the way these votes go, if they kind of fall in line with the Golden Globes. And it either goes like two ways, right? It either is like completely like 100% in line, or it's like completely like 180 of what the Golden Globes were.
Yeah. We only had 4 people voting, and they all absolutely hated, I don't know, 3 of the movies or something like that, right?
Right. Yeah.
So nothing that we either it's going to be exactly as we expect or not at all. I don't know. This year might be the year of surprises.
It could be. I feel like it's
It
going to
wouldn't be
be
so bad.
I feel like it's going to be really hard to pin down. Especially wild when you think of like Doom Part 2 came out earlier in the year, and that was, when that came out, people like lost their minds over it and were like, this is going to win Best Picture and every technical award, because the first Dune did win every technical award. And I don't think that's going to be the case here for Dune Part 2, because there are so many like technologically marvelous films this year to coincide with it. So I guess we'll see, and then I don't know, like hindsight being 2020, will people really be like the people at who's that uh who did Dune? I don't even remember the studio now. It's the HBO one,
Oh,
I think, right?
yeah.
Totally drawing a blank on that studio name for whatever reason, but are they going to look at that and be like, well, we pushed it back from last year because it was supposed to come out last year? Like, should we have held it, until later this year? I don't know. Or do they care? Does Denis Villeneuve care if he gets any Oscars for it or not? Kind of at this point, is it won? I think 10 for Doom Part 1. So we'll have to see. So
Yeah.
so stuff like
Yeah.
that's going to be interesting. Really kind of backloaded.
Legendary pictures.
Legendary pictures. So really
Warner
kind of
Brothers.
backloaded in the films from this year. So I don't know. That's going to be
Yeah.
interesting to see how that plays out, and just everything. A lot of these categories are going to be tough. You talked about A Real Pain. I think that's probably my lock for Kieran Culkin. There on that, I think is
Yeah.
yeah, supporting actor there in that one. But a lot of these are going to be really tricky, especially the technical categories. And a lot of times those are tricky, but I feel like they're going to be really, really tricky this year.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's nice this year. I mean, I feel like we're solidly, away. The years have solidly gone by since COVID hit. So we're getting back into the making of movies. We still are feeling the effects of the writers and actors strike. So I think that there are still
True.
underpinnings of that within the industry itself. But this year, I feel like we are solidly, I mean, most of the categories, I feel like they're going to be quite strong. So,
Hmm.
oh,
Yeah, for sure. Oh, we got some tunes going.
it's going to start in a minute. I'm so excited.
It is going to
All
start.
right.
It is going to start in a minute. Let me see. Get that pulled up here. There we go. 1 minute and 7 seconds. So hello out there, everyone who has joined in with
Just
us here
naturally,
this
yes.
morning. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome. Hopefully you're having something good out there. I have some coffee in my Drink the Movies mug. Michaela, you
Yes.
going with coffee over there? Oh, yours is just a pink with an M.
Coffee.
If
Yeah.
There's a 100% chance it was going to be
Pink
pink,
with an M.
but I didn't know if it was going to have an M on it.
Right. Yeah, yeah. M for drink the movies.
For the movie
right.
part, part of movies.
Absolutely.
How much Baileys do you have in your coffee this morning, Michaela?
The cup that. Enough.
Enough.
Just enough. Darling.
It is Oscar Day after all, so
Like an ounce.
you know,
Like an ounce and a half.
an ounce and a half.
I mean, it is. It's practically Christmas morning.
All right. Yeah, it is practically Christmas morning. We'll see. Oscars. Yeah, it's gonna be a good wild ride for sure. I don't have too much panic yet. Once we get that final list in there, it's going to be a little bit panicky. What happened? I guess I don't know. There's hanging out. Come on, Bo and Yang. Oh, there you are.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
It's live, but there we go.
Let's turn this up just a little bit. Oh, we got some. We got two people signing down there. Here's the Academy president.
For joining us for the 97th Oscars nominations announcement. On behalf of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, I want to welcome you and extend our deepest sympathies to everyone impacted by the fires here in Southern California.
This has certainly been a difficult time for Los Angeles, where many members of our film community, industry, work, and live. But the last several weeks have proven what we already know to be true. Our film industry and Los Angeles are resilient. And for almost a century, the Oscars have brought us together to unite and celebrate our global film community.
During this year's ceremony, we will honor the talented filmmakers nominated today, pay tribute to our brave first responders, and celebrate the enduring spirit of Los Angeles and the film industry.
And now, without further delay, to announce this year's Academy Award nominees, please welcome Rachel Sennett and Bowen Yang.
Okay. Without further delay, there they are. Looking
There
pretty
they
good.
are.
Looking pretty good for 5:30 a.m. I will say.
Oh,
Little sleepy.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
full glam at 5 a.m.
Full glam.
Good on them, man.
Hello, what an honor
That's right.
it is to be with you today.
Me and Bowen are wide awake. We
Oh,
have been
see?
up since
There you
10
go.
p.m. and between us we've had 3 Diet Cokes, an entire pack of cigarettes, and 1 Adderall.
Yeah.
And you
Great.
get to guess who had what. Don't worry, everyone. Rachel and I have been through extensive pronunciation training for all the names today. Let me try now. Wicked.
But
Amazing, that was really good. Well, let's not keep people waiting any longer. Let's go.
Are we
Yeah.
ready for some nominees?
let's do it.
Do it.
Actor in a supporting role. There we go. We just talked about it. Let's see.
Best performance by an actor in a supporting role. Yura Borisov in Anora.
Okay.
Kieran
Yeah,
Culkin
yeah.
in A Real Pain.
Yeah.
Edward
Beautiful.
Norton in A Complete Unknown.
Okay. Excellent.
Guy Pearce
Okay.
in The Brutalist. And Jeremy
Yeah.
Strong
that.
in The
Okay.
Apprentice.
Done. Jeremy Strong in The
Okay.
Apprentice. Okay. He is excellent in that.
All
He
right.
is. Got two Succession alums in there.
That's right.
Complete Unknown,
Okay. Costume design.
Conclave,
Oh, Conclave. Yep.
Gladiator 2,
Okay.
Nosferatu,
Yes,
And Wicked.
that makes sense.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
There you go. Off to a pretty good start here. I feel
Yeah.
like feeling good.
Makeup and
Yeah,
hairstyling
yeah.
are
Oh,
a
all
different
right.
man.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, this one is going to be tricky, I think, as well.
Nosferatu.
Yeah. Amelia Perez makes sense. Nosferatu for sure.
Substance.
Yep.
The Substance, obviously, and Wicked again. Okay. Wicked. There. Apparently. So.
Next up, the nominees for
Right.
Achievement in Music, Original Score,
Ooh.
The Brutalist,
Okay.
Okay.
Conclave,
No Doom Part 2.
Yep.
Not.
Amelia Perez,
It was ineligible.
and The Wild Robot.
Wow. No.
Oh
No challengers, which won the Golden Globe.
no.
This year's nominees
No.
for Best Live
Which would have been my
Action
pick.
Short Film.
So.
That's right.
Alien.
Oh, here we go. These are the short films. These are what we need to know.
Nuja.
Okay.
I'm Not a Robot.
Not a robot. Wild robot.
The
I'm not a
Last
robot.
Ranger.
The Last Ranger.
And The Man Who Would Not Remain Silent.
Okay.
Many such cases.
Could not remain silent.
Yeah.
There's a slight difference there.
So we have to.
Wicked. Mr. Wicked.
Okay, For Best Animated Short
Ugh.
Film,
Oh, here's
We're
the
gonna have to watch
animated
all-
shorts.
Beautiful Men.
Where?
Okay. In the Shadow
All
of
right.
the
Oh my
Cypress,
gosh. Shadow of the Cypress. Okay.
Magic Candy.
Heard that's
Magic
amazing.
Candies. All right.
Okay.
Wander to Wonder.
Animated shorts are where you
Yeah.
get your
And yeah.
yearly dose of
Sorry,
depression.
that's
100%.
In there, yeah.
100%. And then we watch like all the
Yeah.
regular
Wonderful.
shorts that
And
are also
now we have
depressing.
the first of
Yeah,
the two
true
award
story.
categories honoring writing. First for adapted
Okay.
screenplay.
Adapted
The
screenplay?
nominees are
Ooh,
This one's gonna be hard,
okay.
too.
Complete Unknown, screenplay
Yeah.
by James Mangold
Yep.
and Jay Cox. Conclave, screenplay by Peter Strawn. Emilia Perez, screenplay by Jacques Audiard, in collaboration with Thomas Bideguin, Liam Messius, and Nicolas Levesque.
Okay.
Very well done.
Nickel Boys. All right.
All right.
We're going to see that here in about 3 hours.
And
So
Sing Sing,
Yeah.
screenplay by
that's
Clint
good. And
Benson.
Sing.
and Sing
all right.
Sing.
Sing Sing.
Hopefully we get to
it
see-
together,
I
people.
don't know.
We need to be able to see you.
I don't know.
G. Whitfield.
If we're gonna get to see it, hopefully, someday, some way, somehow.
Original screenplay.
Someday.
The nominees are
Oh, and here's the original. Okay.
Honora, written by Sean Baker.
Okay.
Yep.
The Brutalist, written by Brady Corbet, Mona Fastful.
The
A
Brutalist.
Real
All right.
Pain, written by Jesse Eisenberg.
Real pain. Wow. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, that makes me
Written by
happy.
Moritz Binder,
Oh, September
Tim
5th. I'm not.
Felton,
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
David.
Oh.
And The Substance.
And The Substance,
written by
okay.
Coralie Farjad.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. Interesting. Okay.
No challengers again.
Before our break, the nominees for performance.
No
by
challengers
actress
there
in
either.
Supporting role. Monica Barbaro in A Complete Unknown.
Okay.
Ariana Grande in
Yep.
Wicked. Felicity Jones, The Brutalist. Isabella Rossellini in Conclave. And Zoe Saldana in Emilia Perez.
Okay. No real surprises there. I don't think.
Nope. No.
Okay,
No.
wow. What
Which-
a start.
which is great. I mean-
Congratulations to these Oscar nominees.
And hey, stick with us.
Stick with us.
Stick with us.
With more nominations.
Okay. Great. All right.
More.
More. Okay. So there we
Yeah,
go. Okay,
more.
we are
It's like a Billy Idol concert.
we're on break, I guess. Well, Good Morning America or whatever goes to commercial. There you go. So we'll be back. Oh, at 8:41. Okay, so they even know. So we got about 3 minutes here. Michaela,
yeah.
how are you feeling so far in your Oscar watch? There was only what was that one? I didn't write down the name of it. There is for the original screenplay.
It's-
That was the only one that was the only one I wasn't
The
familiar
Simple
with.
Man?
No, it's
Yeah.
it was like 19 something. But
September 5th.
September 5th, yeah. So that was the only one of those I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah.
Obviously the shorts, not familiar with at all. Keep an eye out your local theaters. Even like the big chains will do it occasionally. But a lot of them will show all of the shorts like at one sitting, so you can go and take all of those in. Remember, we did that last year, Michaela. We went to the Independent Picture House and saw all of the.
Yep.
What did we see? We saw all of the animated shorts and all of the documentary
They did
shorts.
all
I
the
think.
animated shorts. Yep, they did animated. They did.
Oh, yeah,
some
Mayhem
of the-
Pictures
I mean,
online
they
says
do-
Jamie Lee Curtis, Mrs. Supporting actress. Yeah,
Oh,
True story, yeah,
that makes sense.
that was the big buzz. I think she won the Golden Globe for it, and we just saw that like 2 days ago. She was excellent. She was excellent in it.
There was also talk of Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore, both. It was going to kind of be a toss-up of who would get like the lead and which one would be nominated for supporting, because they both spent so much time on screen.
Right.
In, the Next Door. I mean, there was a lot, and I thought they gave excellent performances that were very real.
Yeah.
And then also in The Substance, I'm gonna say her name wrong, so I'm looking at it right now because I don't want to be disrespectful. But Margaret Qualley.
Yeah.
Qualley?
Yeah.
I'm not
yeah.
sure how
Margaret Qualley,
she
I think.
actually
Yeah.
says it, but she was excellent, and I was a little surprised that she wasn't nominated.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Jamie Lee Curtis not getting it, I think is okay there, but the Isabella Rossellini one is tough because I mean she really has kind of that, she has like a scene and a half like in the film, But the other,
Yeah.
Margaret Qualley especially, has like way more. Like you could almost like make the argument that she was like co-lead in that for sure.
Yeah.
There and maybe that
Yeah.
went against her. I don't know for sure. But yeah, the
Well, maybe we'll
Jamie Lee Curtis. That was
when they
kind of
do
a surprise.
main actors.
So yeah, I don't. I guess
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how they were submitted to the Academy, right? Like what role they were submitted for. So yeah, that's kind of the only
Yeah.
one that's been surprising to me. Nothing for Dune yet. No adapted screenplay there for Dune Part 2. Obviously, we knew the score wasn't going to be there for Dune. We haven't gotten really to much of the other technical stuff, although costumes and makeup and hairstyling, which I think it won both of those, or at least it won costumes, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken, back for Dune Part 1. I think the early release window, and then I think people just aren't going to give it any credit, especially they announced that he is, in fact going to be doing Part 3. I think it's going to be a Lord of the Rings kind of thing there, and it's not going to win anything here for Doom Part 2, and then come back and probably get, Best Picture when Doom Part 3 comes out to reward kind of that whole story, which is fair and not fair at the same time, I suppose. So,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah. Oh, and looks like we're coming
coming
back.
back. We're coming back.
Okay, love it.
Okay, love it. We're in a hotel lobby. And we're back live. Before we
Back
continue,
live.
I just want to say it's really special.
I like that guy's jacket.
Rachel
It's pretty rad. I couldn't pull it off myself, but
New York alt comedy scene.
Yeah, we
I don't know, man.
It's
like a doily neckline. I love it.
Comedy scene is
true.
sort of like regular comedy, but for women and gay people. And I just want to say, it makes so much sense that Bowen and I are like doing this now at this moment in our careers. Bowen is such a huge star on SNL. He's in the hit movie Wicked.
I don't think either of these two have seen many 5:30 a.m.s.
Thanks so much. Let's keep going. So, anyways, the
Okay,
nominees
original
for
song.
Achievement in Music,
Oh.
original song are Amal from Amelia Perez.
Okay. No surprise there.
The Journey
That
from
makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
688.
Also, no surprise.
Like a Bird from Sing Sing.
Now, Diane Warren.
Mi Camino.
Every other year, Diane Warren gets nominated for an Academy
Oh.
Award.
And Never Too Late from
Right.
Elton John. Never Too Late.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Brandy Carlisle. All
Okay.
right. Have to check that out. Yeah, there were a couple there I'm not super familiar with.
The nominees
Here we
for
go.
Best
Yeah.
Documentary
It's my favorite category.
Okay.
Black Box Diaries.
Okay. Good.
No Other Land.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Porcelain War.
Okay.
All right.
To a coup d'etat. And Sugarcane.
And Sugarcane. Oh, okay.
Sugarcane. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no Daughters, which was the front runner for like the
Daughters.
entire year.
Documentary short film.
Yep,
The nominees
yep.
are
It's really good. You should go watch it. On a side note,
Death by
I did.
Numbers,
It's amazing.
not you,
I Am
everyone.
Ready Warden.
Oh,
Incident.
Incident.
oh
Okay.
gosh. Well, that's gonna be
Instruments of a
hard.
Beating Heart.
Okay.
Oh, these all
Yep.
sound real
All right.
depressing.
Only Girl
In the Orchestra. Okay. That one.
Oh, nice. I've
one
seen
is-
that one because that one's readily available to be watched now.
Yeah, that
All
one's
the others
on-
I'm gonna have to.
That one's on Disney Plus, so you can check that one out.
Yeah.
Oh, international. Here we go. This is the tricky one.
International feature film.
Brazil.
Okay. Yeah, that looks
Girl with the
tough.
Needle,
Okay.
Denmark. Nothing for Denmark.
Yeah.
You know?
Amelia Perez, France.
Okay, there you go.
The Seed of the Sacred Fig, Germany.
Okay.
And
Oh,
Flow.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, Flow. Okay.
Flow.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Love that. I'm Still Here looks like it's going
Yeah.
to be a tough
Oh,
watch.
man.
Feature film. Here are the
Sure
nominees.
It looks amazing, but animated features. Okay.
Does.
Michaela said there's 12 possibles for this, so
Inside Out 2.
Flow. Nice.
Inside Out 2. Okay, no surprise
Okay.
there.
Memoir of a Snail.
Memoir
Memoir
of
of
a
a snail. Excellent.
Wallace and Gromit.
Nailed it,
Dungeons
okay.
Wallace and Gromit. Yeah.
And the Wild Robot.
Yeah, the wild robot. Yay.
Okay. No
Awesome.
no Transformers, Michaela.
No Transformers. Well, I look. I was under no illusions, but I still thought it was great.
Okay.
The Brutalist.
This one's going to be impossible to pick. Not
The
even going
Brutalist,
to.
Yep. Okay.
Dune Part 2.
Oh, there we go. There's
Dune
Dune.
Part
Okay.
2. There we go.
Nosferatu.
All right. Nosferatu.
And
Thank you.
Wicked.
Okay. Wicked.
Wicked. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man.
Next up for achievement in film editing, the nominees are Honora,
Nora. Okay.
The
Mm-hmm.
Brutalist, Conclave,
Okay.
The film editor
4-hour film.
for Brutalist who Had to work 1,300 million hours to cut that thing together. Dear God.
Put together for.
And for
Dear God.
achievement in
Okay.
sound, here are the nominees.
Sound. Oh, this is going to be tricky too.
A Complete Unknown,
Complete unknown.
Dune Part 2,
Okay, yep.
Oh wow!
Amelia
All right.
Perez.
Yeah.
Amelia Perez again.
Wicked, and The Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot. Nothing again. I thought challengers would get in for that one.
Yeah.
Potentially too.
Would get
Nominees for
something.
achievement
Oh
in
my
visual
gosh.
effects.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Alien, Romulus,
Mm.
Excellent. So a lot of good visual
Alien Romulus.
effect
Dune
films.
Part 2,
Now we have to go see
Yeah.
Better Man for sure.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes,
We have one more day
Yeah.
before it leaves the
and
theater.
Wicked.
Oh, Brian, Kingdom.
Wicked.
do we?
Yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the
I guess
Apes.
We're seeing it today.
Gotta go right now.
I just realized.
All right.
For achievement in cinematography, the nominees are
A lot of. They
Okay.
weren't monkeys. They're apes.
The Brutalist,
They weren't monkeys. They were apes. That's right.
Dune
Brutalist.
Part
Yeah.
course.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course. Yep.
Dune Part 2. No surprise there.
Maria,
Amelia Perez. Cinematography.
Maria, so
Okay.
like-
Maria. Okay. Good.
Nosferatu.
And Nosferatu. Okay.
Mm.
Excellent. All right.
For performance by an actor in a leading role, the nominees are Adrian Brody
Okay.
in The Brutalist,
Adrian Brody. I think these are all pretty much
Timothée Chalamet
cemented.
in
Yeah.
Complete
Timothy
Unknown,
Chalamet.
Yeah.
Coleman Domingo,
Coleman
in
Domingo and Sing Sing. If we can go see Sing Sing
Ray
ever.
Yep.
Fiennes in Conclave,
Finds
Yeah.
in Conclave.
and Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Congratulations, Sebastian
performance by
Stan.
an actress.
He-
That's
he-
awesome.
He is pretty good in that, I will say. So
Cynthia Erivo in Wicked,
okay.
Yeah.
Carla Sofia Gascon in Amelia Perez,
There Perez. Yep.
Mikey Madison in Honora,
Okay. Excellent.
Demi Moore in The Substance,
Mickey, but
and Fernanda Torres.
Fernanda Torres. I'm still here. Okay. No Pamela Anderson.
Oh.
No Pamela Anderson.
no
That's-
Pamela Anderson. Nope.
For achievement in directing, the nominees are Sean Baker, Honora,
Okay.
Brady Corbet, The Brutalist, James Mangold, A Complete Unknown, Jacques Audiard, Amelia Perez, and Coralie
wow, okay.
Fargeau, The Substance.
Oh.
Chloe Fargeau for The Substance. Wow. Okay. No.
Okay.
No Denis Villeneuve.
For our final
Our
category.
final category, I cannot wait.
No.
I feel like we
No
should-
Wicked on there. Wow. Okay.
Okay, here are the 10.
Here we go.
10
10.
nominees
10.
for Best Motion Picture of the Year.
Here they are.
Let's do it.
Honora, Alex Coco, Samantha Kwan, and Sean Baker, producers.
Boom.
Okay. Yep.
The Brutalist. Nominees to be determined.
Wow. Okay.
A Complete Unknown, Fred
What?
I
Burke,
don't really know how that.
Okay.
I don't really know how that works. You don't know who made the movie? Okay. All right. Fair.
They're fighting over
Conclave,
it, I guess.
Tessa Ross,
Yeah.
Juliette Howell, and Michael A. Jackman, producers.
No one's made it to the end of The Brutalist to see the credits yet. I guess.
They're like, wait.
Here we go. Doom Part 2, Best Picture nominee. Okay.
Okay.
Amelia Perez. Nominees to be determined. Producers.
That's the weirdest thing.
I'm still here.
What?
Nominees to
Don't you have to say when you
Oh.
put your film forward?
Come on. Nickel Boys. Nominees to be
Hey, okay.
Hi, Nickel Boys.
Nickel Boys, all right. Let's get it.
The Substance. Nominees.
Wow.
The Substance.
Dang, The Substance.
Okay, so we don't know who
I like-
actually
I like-
produced any of these films.
Producer.
All right.
I like that. All right, wicked. I like that even the audience is laughing at how ridiculous that is.
To all of this
There we go.
nominees, it's been such a privilege to share the news with you.
Boom. Okay.
Fans around the world.
We are
All
rooting
right.
for you all in equal amounts.
Yes. Watch the Oscars live, hosted by
We did it,
Conan
okay.
O'Brien, Sunday, March 2nd at 7 p.m.
Conan
Eastern,
O'Brien.
4
Okay,
p.m.
I'm excited for Conan
BBC and Hulu.
to host. To be honest, I think that should be good.
We're gonna
Yeah.
Everyone in the
That
world
should be
loves
good.
Conan, so
Yep.
So that'll be
the
good.
ones who hate him love to hate him. So
yeah, that's true.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, he's you know, everybody loves him. He's kind of like a, I feel like when they did like, if they've done like Pierce Morgan in the past, it's been very like, so that'll be good.
Pierce Morgan.
Wow.
Pierce
So
did Pierce
initial
Morgan
thoughts.
ever? Pierce Morgan directed or hosted? Are you thinking of Ricky Gervais?
I'm thinking of Ricky Gervais. That's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because people actually do not like Ricky Gervais,
everybody.
right?
Yes, yeah. No one likes him. Like, no one likes him. He's equally offensive to everybody.
I like him. I think he's great.
I mean, of course you like him. I mean, you like parts of him. Like, of course you do.
Yeah.
Everybody likes the parts that they like, but then when he turns that around on you, it's like, ooh, okay, all right, you're gonna judge me.
It's a good
People
lens.
don't like it.
Some people can hold up to the
Initial
criticism.
thoughts.
Yeah, initial thoughts. I'm feeling good about the amount of films that I watched. Feeling good about that. Really, to be honest. There wasn't anything like super crazy. Mayhem Picture, brought up the Jamie Lee Curtis and then Margaret Qualley there. So the supporting actress category, that one was probably maybe like the most competitive to get in there. I'll have to go back and look at the actual like list of those to see who got snubbed or not.
Yeah.
Not snubbed. I don't know. I have a hard time with snubs sometimes. Especially if there's things I haven't seen. Now, of the major categories, I feel like I've seen like everything other than Sing Sing. I think it was the lads of Mayhem Pictures on their Oscar bait pod the other day was mentioned that you could see like they were showing Sing Sing in prison, so it was easier to see if you were in prison to see it than if you weren't. So maybe have to go commit a misdemeanor or two, get in there to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's like the only big one, but yeah, overall, thoughts are pretty good. Surprised to see Dune shut out of a lot of the categories. Surprised to see Challengers shut out completely. Especially that score, because that was going to be my pick. Like going into it, like that would have been my pick had it been nominated. So now I'm going to have to really, kind of revisit those and think about, how well they, kind of told that story. So that's my initial takeaways. Obviously, we'll have to get to the shorts and stuff like that. But what about you, Michaela? Anything stood out to you or surprised to you, or how is your overall level of dread about the next 4 weeks?
4 weeks. It's not too bad. Look, I mean, there are a couple films that I still have to go see. The good thing is that they've been out a while, so I just need to do that. Other than Sing Sing, get it together, folks. Let us see your film. I was very sad that there was no love for Pamela Anderson being nominated because I thought she was tremendous. And I'm trying to find in this list. That was
also a very full category. The ladies brought it this year.
They did. I mean, they did. That's hard. These things are hard. I'm just I'm kind of shocked at the amount of love that Dune Part 2 got and also didn't get. Mm-hmm. Being shut out of Best Director, I guess because I don't know. I don't know in the thinking in the minds of the voters if they were like, well, he got it before for Part 1. I feel like when you deal with multiple rounds of movies that tell the continuation of a story, like in Lord of the Rings,
right,
or even like Star Wars, there's a tendency to only give out be much more sparse with the handing out of praise and critical acclaim because like Lord of the Rings didn't win Fellowship of the Ring when it was far superior, probably. A lot of people felt that it should have won, but everybody kind of knew that it was waiting for Return of the King because it was kind of winning for all three. I'm not saying that that's fair. I'm just saying that that's kind of the reality. And I think that maybe that had something to do with Dune Part 2 getting or not getting the attention.
I think that's true. And then honestly, because I remember because I was going back through the episodes, we saw Dune Part 2 like the week that the Oscars were last year. So I mean, it's been out for like an entire year. So I think people forgot about it, out of sight, out of mind. Like you don't even think about it. Obviously, yes, I think they're probably waiting to, really, kind of congratulate, especially, Denis Villeneuve. That's probably Best Picture, here won the third and final act of that. I'm really surprised to not have seen it in the adapted screenplay. Because I'm going to have to go back and look at that because I don't know how any of those adapted a screenplay better than that did. But I'm going to have to go back and kind of rethink about those. I'm interested because Conclave was adapted, so might have to pop that into the old audiobook and check that out here at some point, because that'd be probably an interesting read for sure. So that I have to say the animated
Conclave,
or the was the animated or the short documentaries, all of those sounded depressing as get out, so we're gonna have to take like an emotional support dog with us or something when we go see those. You binge 2 hours of just abject depression. It's gonna be pretty good, be pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, and even the international film category, right? You got I'm Still Here, which looks rough AF. The Girl with the Needle, that doesn't sound great. I don't know what it's about. Maybe she's a
sewer.
Knitter. Who knows?
Yeah, she's a knitter.
But I'm hoping that's it.
So it's about a girl's cross-stitch journey across the line. I don't know.
Maybe. The Seed of the Sacred Fig. I mean, that seems kind of interesting. And then, of course, Flow. Like, there's a bunch of. I'm just excited. I always get excited when there's a list of new movies to go tackle, but I like it when it's a list that's manageable.
Yeah.
But even the feature films for the documentaries don't seem super great. And like as far as like happiness, like I know what Sugarcane's about. It was a toss up between watching that or watching two other films because of its length. But I don't know. And I think
Sugarcane is kind of rough.
We might not
to be
even
honest.
get to see No Other Land because I don't know if No Other Land will have a U.S. distribution.
Yeah.
So, that's all I'm gonna say. So who knows? But original score, I was a little surprised. We got The Brutalist, we got Conclave, you've got Emilia Perez, you've got Wicked, you've got The Wild Robot. I was really excited to see The Wild Robot on this because I loved the score. I was surprised that Nosferatu wasn't given more of a score because I thought their score was hauntingly beautiful. I don't know. This is probably my most. I'm a little befuddled on this one because, Conclave makes sense. I need to go back and probably rewatch Emilia Perez, which will be like the third time I've watched it.
Eventually, it's going to click as to why it's getting nominated on all these things. To be honest,
I remember the musical numbers.
Yeah. Oh, and you were telling me that Conclave is not original or adapted screenplay, so that's my mistake there. What was for the best cinematography?
It is, yeah.
Let's see here. Brutalist, Dune, Emilia Perez, Maria, Nosferatu. Okay. Literally, I might have to go back and rewatch Emilia Perez, for sure. Because it got like the most nominations here too. I think probably. Just kind of ticking through those. We'll get the actual like updated number there on what exactly got nominated for all of this stuff. So that's going to be. I don't know. That's going to be interesting. These are going to be really tricky this year. A lot of times the technical categories are kind of tricky, but I feel like they're extra tricky this year and could go like the way that the wind blows, for any of these things, really. So that's going to be, going to be kind of interesting. So now it's time to get the list
I
put together.
was also a little surprised that they're holding the date.
Yeah. Especially there was
Absolutely.
because there was just another big fire broke out tomorrow or yesterday. Yeah. So we'll have to see. I guess
definitely are.
That's gonna I guess they'll hold it. I guess as long as they can probably, and then make a game time decision. So hopefully by then everything is totally fine, right? And then we won't have to. It'll be a non-issue, but hopefully.
Yeah. It's tough. It's gonna be a tough tough year.
And the Girl with the Needle, I feel like I have heard of. The Seed, coming out of Germany for Best International Feature Film. I'm not familiar with that. I don't think I've seen that name anywhere. Although I don't put a lot of effort into the international features. Not because I don't enjoy watching them, because I think by and large, they're very worthy of being watched, but it's so like hard to find them until they're nominated, right?
Yeah.
You know, something like Amelia Perez, you know, notwithstanding, you know, being the big Netflix release, but you know, otherwise, we have just seen the I'm Still Here trailer just this past week, so you know, everyone's kind of ramping up for that. And then now we can go to the Independent Picture House, which we're going to today to see Nickel Boys. That's good to see them getting some love for that. I'm excited to see that. That's probably also going to be sad, I assume. So we'll see that, and then I'm sure that Independent Picture House will do a good job of bringing in a lot of these. So, you know, support your local theaters out there. Obviously, the big chains are, you know, convenient, and depending on what part of the country and the world you're living in, those are probably the ones you have, you know, easier access to and things. But if you have a local theater, definitely go support them, especially because they're, you know, going to be bringing in these smaller films, and could use your support and to support art and all that stuff too. So
Yep. Absolutely.
All right.
Find your independent picture house, whatever it is, and go see the movies.
Yeah. And then tell us what it is, and then if we ever visit your town, we can go see a movie there. That would be good. So yeah, I guess that's going to wrap it up here. We're at 9 o'clock. That was pretty good streamlined little half-hour deal there. They did a good job getting that in and out, and then now we just got to get that list put together. Michaela, I task you with that. And we'll see what we need to watch. Michaela always makes a big spreadsheet of what we need to see, and we can check them off. Yep. But I'm feeling like we're going to have a lot cleared off already. So let's go ahead and sign off of this one. We'll be back just today.
Use them for the U-Pick'ems as well.
Yeah, we'll get the U-Pick'ems out here. My goal is to have it done by the lobby bar on Monday. Mary Poppins just dropped today, so go listen to that. You can listen to it here on YouTube if you're listening here. Just click on that, like, subscribe, listen to Mary Poppins, and then we'll get the Pick'em stuff put together, and that's it. Bye. Bye for now. Cheers. Good luck on your Oscar list and your Oscar watch, and you know, make
Cheers,
sure you
everybody.
make
Happy
sure you
Oscars.
make sure you join in the Pick'em once we get that posted. That's a lot of fun. It'll be our this will be our 4th Oscars of doing this together, I think, for Drink the Movies anyways. We did 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Fifth Oscars together here for Drink the Movies.
4.
Yeah. So.
Our 5th.
Yeah, this is our 5th. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate everyone who dropped by.
Our 5th one.
Shout out to Mayhem Pictures. Go check out their stuff over on Galaxy of Film. They've got their Oscar stuff going on over there too. So check that out. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.